Welcome, intrepid travelers. It is me, Dashboard Devil. We are back at it in Eisentam on the No Man's High Hub Winterfest planet. And we're going to be up for building today. Later on, we might switch it up. It just depends on how well the building goes and what the vibe is like down the road as we continue on. And again, as always, anyone and everyone is welcome to join in and build yourself a base here. Drop off a base computer. And I look forward to doing some base visits soon as things progress over the next couple of weeks. Like I've said before, this event is going on all the way through the end of January. So there's lots of time to come out, build something fun, and just enjoy the system. There's a lot of great moons and a gorgeous gas giant as well. So, here we have Scott Rinse Repeat and Humongous. Welcome in. Glad you could make it. And let me show you what I've got so far. I went to we have a Krampus Bazaar here in, we're close to where I live. And so we went there this weekend, and that kind of spurred me to work on the Krampus statue. And so I started glitching all of these little tree stump things here, and then started dropping that sort of leafy grass to look like fur. And it's coming along better than I thought it was going to be honest. This looks like way too uniform and structured for me, so I decided to add this grass, and that breaks up that pattern a whole lot better. And it kind of it doesn't make it so like it just looks too regular here. I wanted it to look a little bit more organic, and that dark grass achieves that goal, I think. And that one is easier to rotate and move around and make it look less uniform. But the best way to make the leg structure itself was to set down a whole bunch of light cubes and then glitch that little tree shrub thingy, and then do a lot of free placing with other parts. So we're just going to continue on in that fashion today, see where it takes us. We might break from that and work on the throne part as we escalate this idea. And of course, we'll figure out feet and claws and all of that. Hands, I think, are going to be the most difficult aspect of this, if I'm being quite honest. So we'll see how I can figure that out. Torso is going to be interesting, and the head is also going to be difficult. I do have some ideas for the head, and on another base for a while now. I've wanted to do Krampus for a long time. And on another base elsewhere that no one has ever seen, I started making horns. And it's all glitch built. And it's something long before I even attempted to even think about Blender. So I do have some horns that are, I think, going to be doable. It's just either replicating them or moving them over uh, in Blender. Um, just built them somewhere else using regular glitch building techniques, and then I might combine them because it was a very big, involved pain in the ass process that took me little bits of time, but over months of going back to it to figure it out. And we might go take a look at that. I forget what save file that's on, but we might take a little field trip later on as more people show up and hang out. The vibe is snowy. Yes, it is. It is snowy. And the best part about this snowiness is it's just like a light, snowy fog all the time. It doesn't have superstorms or blizzards or anything like that. And I specifically chose this for that reason. Like I wanted a cool snowy planet that was going to be a lot easier to build on. And this is it really. So for me, it's worth purple systems and doing all the uh, necessary quests in order to make it here. So let's go on with this. I do love how the sun just comes over the gas giant in the background there. I wanted to line this up a little bit better so that the planet was going to be right, or the chair was going to be right in the center. But it's not quite. It's close, but I think it'll be fine. We can just tweak perspective a little bit, and I think that'll work it out. Hands are always tough, very much. Z fighting is the Atlas's worst sin. The fog keeps blowing through my bar I've been working on. Yeah, I bet. At least it's that and not a blizzard constantly. All right, so I'll show my technique here for doing this. Um, Basically, we're going to start off not in that menu. But we're going to come over here, grab a light box. But before I do that, let me drop this back into first person. That'll be easier to deal with. And so for this, I just slapped those floors right on the front. So I would have something to stick the light boxes to. So that wasn't like behind the underside of the chair. So coming over here, we'll grab light box. And we're going to toggle free placement. And then we're going to rotate it this way. And then rotate it this way. So we get the snap point upside down. And so basically what that gets us is that. And so I'm just noticing that I'm going to have to delete these two hardy shrubs in order to get more boxes in here, because that's not high enough. I need that to come all the way up to the top. Hey, Lord of Sin, welcome in. Anyone got the Cliff Note bullet points of what he said? Asking for a friend that just got here. I'm saving their seat. Oh, humongous. All the shaky textures on the floor. It's called Z fighting in Dev Talk. I gotcha. Yeah, yeah. That is kind of a big pain in the ass. Especially like the last 2 years, I would say. It's been particularly rough. Caca Fuego indeed. Scott can't speak today. Scott rinse repeat. And welcome in Atlas. Good to see you all. All right. So I'm going to delete these two and go ahead and delete this one. And this is not sitting in here right. It's not. Okay, I think that is in the way. Let's try this again. Okay, now this is in the way, but I need that for later, so I'm just going to move that off to the side. And well, let's test to make sure that that's actually what is causing the issue. No. It does not want... Oh, I bet I know. I think I know what's going on here. Okay, let's try this. And we'll put that up there. And then we're going to... Okay, where's that sitting? Just on the other side, so we need to line it up here. But we want this to come up. I'm guessing to about here. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so we want... I think that's about right, because we're going to have some more shrubs just like this right here. And I don't think that right there is out too far. Okay, so let's delete these two. Bring this up just like the other side. Let's try to line this up the same way we have it on that side. And I think that's about the same height. That is one of the big takeaways I want from Light No Fire. Drastically improved multiplayer netcode and vastly different culling to prevent Z fighting without dithering. Yeah, I agree with that. Very much. And I do think that they're going to be able to solve that. But it's just a matter of time. I hope they've learned their lessons, is what I'm saying. Okay, we're just going to continue on in this stack. And I purposefully want this to, you know, sink into the next box to give that really full effect of really thick fur. And this is going to be a lot more difficult when it comes to the arms, I think. And we probably don't even need that many. Okay. Okay, that one's a little bit higher than the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this one a little bit. And we'll just keep going. So are you guys hearing any of the music or sound? I just turned it up recently and I'm not sure why it's not coming through. I'm barely hearing some of the creatures in the background. I understood some of those words. Same, me too, Scott. I understood some of those. I get the gist of what it's saying. I'm planning on getting the Steam Frame VR headset because I haven't tried NMS in VR yet, and two, I'm not worried about PC VR, and neither should anyone that has Steam connected to a VR headset. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. To me, it's going to be like what's it cost? What's the price? That's what I need to know in order to move forward. All right, so I need one of these. Start up here at the top. I'll just glitch these all in on the way down. Okay, so did that get us what we wanted? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to delete that light box because I can't tuck this in otherwise. Delete that out. Get rid of a couple more of these light boxes so they don't interfere with free placement. Oh, tight spot. Okay. Let's just try it like this and see how far we get. My hands no work today. They like the typo. I understand that. I have played this on Steam with a give. Very smooth. Give you a decent sense of scale. Ran smooth, but also ran hot. NMS is a demanding game. It is a demanding game. There is background music and sound effects in this game. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out why. Let me hop out of this real quick. So everything is up. All right, let me check. Okay, it's not, let me see. Oh, you know what? I think this might be here. That's just volume that I can hear. Volume mixer. No Man's Sky set to 0. What the heck? Let's hit that up there. Get back to the game. Whoa! How is that? Wow. Yeah, I didn't even turn it down. Like, I don't know how it got turned down. It's just some automatic BS. Okay, is it too loud right now? All right. Because I think around 40 is where I had it previously, and then it just stopped working. Okay. How is this sounding in comparison with my voice? Is that better? Okay. Is this better? There's all the animal noises. And there's some of the background music. I can hear the footsteps of those two right there. Those three. Alright. Let's get back to it. It was just so quiet, and I'm like, why? What is going on? That's what's going on. Krampus gonna need an orthopedic surgeon? Maybe. Alright, and we're just continuing the same thing on this other side. I think maybe... Okay. Probably not that last one. There we go. And like I said, with this grass right here, that does improve this rather awkward design. Okay. And then with this, I can spin it around, place it so it looks more natural and it breaks up that pattern. Still has a bit of it, but we can do this and just add another layer. Sometimes it's hard to tell what direction it's going in. All right. It's hard to get the right. There we go. Oh wait, that is not what I wanted it to do. I don't think that was either. Oh, actually, I think that is it. Yeah, that was it. There we go. As of today, I think both me and my friends have agreed that we shouldn't doubt on any, especially at this kind of weather and this kind of day, week, month, year. All right. Alright, so we're going to flip this around. Gonna sink that into... This is where it's going to get challenging as all the layers of stuff come together, and getting it to sink in there becomes a bit more difficult, and I have to start deleting stuff like that. And like that. Hopefully not too much more. These I gotta get rid of anyway. I've been leaving like one or two in places so that it's easy for me to reform it in case I need to go back and correct something. Okay, yeah, there we go. It's just a matter of sort of moving it around, but that didn't sink down deep enough, unfortunately. Okay, this is all very untested methodologies that I'm using here. And I don't know how well this is going to work. But we're still going to give it a try. Yeah, the trick is trying to figure out like when to delete what and then when to add what. Something tells me that I probably should have put the knees back on before glitching this vertical stack, but the light boxes were kind of blocking that, so that's not coming together as good as I had hoped. It's like this one right here has the same issue, but oh man, those fauna are definitely wailing. Alright, now let's see that the light boxes are preventing that from going in. So what if did this? And basically what I'm hoping to accomplish here is just moving this line out this way. And that gets the light boxes out of the way, and it's much easier to snap light boxes back into this column over here. Than it is to do it the other way. Okay, so I think that's all we need there, and then I can delete these. Okay. Now, bring this over here. And that allows me to sink it down in there a whole lot better. But I think I want a little bit more inset than that even. But now the grass is getting in the way. There we go, that's better. Alright. Okay, this is a little better angle, I think. There we go, that's better. Delete that grass for right now. It'll make it easier for the next piece. Hey Eric, welcome in. How you doing today? Good to see you pop by. Is Beeble Bum rating? I don't know. I would say that there's 7 people in here, so I don't think Beeble Bum would be rating right now. Alright, let's see if we can get that to work. Okay, that's starting to come together. Okay, now it's getting that sort of fur fall look that I was trying to accomplish. And I just need it to come down enough to cover the roots. Of the shrub that are going vertical. You're snuggled up with blankets. That's a good place to be. That is a good place to be. Alright, let's put these light boxes back into place. Be easier for me to see on the other side. Also, that one and that one are wrong. Okay, there's that. There we go. Oh wait, I don't need the lower ones, I need the upper ones. Oh, this is where it gets tricky. I think that's it. Alright, let's see if I did it right. Okay, so with any luck, I'll get this to blend in. Okay, wait, why is it not? Did I not go high enough? I've got them all the way up to the top, but for some reason it's not giving me. There we go. There we go. I'd say that worked out pretty well. And then once again, I just come over here and grab some of this grass. And I'll just keep doing that all the way down. Uh-oh. There we go. Always check the profile when you're planting the grass because it can get out of hand and kind of come off the, like, see, this is a little bit too high. Oh, and that's flipped backwards all the way. Kind of hard to tell as you're rotating it. It's not sinking down into the shrub as much as I had hoped right here in this spot. And that's something that we can just play with a little bit and hopefully get it to sink down in there. Or we leave the knee sort of like that, and we just put more grass around it, which I think that's going to be the better option, the easier option anyway. Okay, so now I need to come back here and redo all of these. See if I can, nope. I have to delete all of that. Put this back here, and this is precisely why I did this. So I can come back and redo this if needed. But I have to come back up here because they will stick together underneath. Like I can bring this one up that way, but I can't bring it down. It just steps out in front, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. So we've got to come back up here. Oh wait, let's see if we're on the same level as this right there. Oh, that's really close. I think that's close enough for that to work out. And then just like before, we come and just stack these up. Try to get them as close to the same as possible. And as soon as I drop these light boxes, I will share the glyphs. So if anyone wants to come here and build, you are more than welcome to. Everyone's invited. Just, you know, don't be a dick. That's really what it comes down to. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. Alright, so... Oops, went the wrong way. There we go, we are in Eisentam. We are in a purple system. Come on down, feel free. If we're friends on No Man's Sky, you can just join my game. There's no one, I don't think there's anyone currently joined onto me yet. So feel free to do so if you would like to come here and build, or if you just want to check it out. There's some really cool moons that we checked out on the last stream last Tuesday. And yeah, you know, even if right now, wherever you are in the world, maybe it's summertime. If you're down in the southern hemisphere, there's a couple of summer, you know, summer-like planets that would be really enjoyable to see a base on. Doesn't have to be a full-on winter base, especially if it reflects where you are in the world. Got to lurk and go feed the dog. Right on, Scott. The town here in Washington State is experiencing flood warnings this month. Yes, indeed, Atlas. I've been hearing all about it. Definitely take the high ground. The high ground in all of its meanings. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Yeah, it is a purple system, Atlas. Yo, Krusty, welcome in. How are you doing? Just flashing the glyphs up here for anyone who wants to join in and build in the Winterfest system. The planet here is Frosty Nugs, because like take a look at the tops of those trees right there. Like it looks like little NipNip buds, quote unquote. That looks like they're little frozen buds. So Frosty Nugs, little nuggets. All right, let's get back to building. Nope, that's not what we want. This is what we want. Okay, so just like on the other side, we're gonna do a set of these off to the side. And then delete the column that we're actually going to glitch to. Alright, this is acting weird. Why is that not... It's not attaching to the right place. Oh, I know how it's attaching. Okay. There we go. And alright, oops. That one, you can see how they want to attach to the other box instead of, like the other box below, instead of to the box to the side. There. Oh, one of those did not come out right. That's close enough. That's close enough. Gotta be real careful before you start deleting stuff that you did not want to delete. I'm gonna reset this one a little bit because I don't like the spot that it was in. Alright, gotta trigger free placement. Okay. The magic of free placement. It can be pretty daunting to, dang it, I had it. Didn't need to do that. It can be a little daunting trying to get this just right, but we don't want it exactly like the other one because, you know, we want some variation. We want it to look a little more natural. And I think that's coming down the leg as much as it needs to. Put these back over. hard to see. Now it's getting harder to see. There we go. I think that did it. Oops. That's why I said go slow. So I'm accidentally deleting parts that I'll need, but that one was easy enough to replace. Because it's just another one of those. I say that it's easy to replace, but with all these snap points, okay. Oh, you're getting a new set of tires, Krusty. Nice. I did that a few months ago. They're getting expensive. Dang it, that means I'll have to use my abandon mode save to get to you more easily. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the abandoned... Well, there's one way to find out. Oh, yes, we will. Okay, that's good. Yeah, thanks for dropping that Sims Arcade link there, Krusty. I totally spaced it. Just bought new tires last week. Hurt a little. Yeah. Yeah, I also got a flat tire about a week ago, and I thought I was gonna have to get a whole other tire. Luckily, they were able to repair it and sent me on my way free of charge. And so we're just glitching these all the way up. Oh, I should have done another one. Why did it not? There we go. I feel like there should have been one more. Oh, there should have been one more of these coming down. Okay. Okay. So, gotta do this again. Just move these off to the side. Just the top few, though. Come on, let me delete it. Come on. Oh wait, I thought it grabbed. Oh, it did. Come on. There we go. Get in there. Okay, it's not reaching in there to grab it. Alright, so we're gonna do a little trick to see if that works. I don't want to have to delete the little shrub, but if I have to, you know, that's what we'll do. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm down there, so I need to come up here and get on the opposite side of where I'm standing in the game. Come down here, and then I'm going to disengage the build camera and then re-engage it really quick, and with any luck I will find myself inside or very close to the cube. It's really difficult for stuff like this because of all the different parts, and it has a tendency to do that too. It'll just launch you right out. Tried a couple of times, and then if this doesn't work, then I'll just delete the shrub and just add two. Yeah, that's not going to work. There's too many particles in that spot. Okay, so just take that out and put it over here to keep that angle. Delete that. Make sure it's in free placement mode. Trick is getting it the right distance out. Okay, that needs to come out just a little bit more. We need one more, but rotate a little bit and just tuck it in there. And I think that about does it. I think that's close enough. Yeah, that's really close. I think that's gonna work. Hey Andre, welcome in. Hello space peoples. Okay, so start putting these back into place. This is very much not easy to to see everything. Is that going to do it though? I think that's close enough. I think that's close enough. Yeah, I think that'll do it, and then the bladed grass will fit in there just right, I believe. Alright, I was gonna leave this in case it got messed up, but I'll just leave part of it in like that for now. So I at least know where to start over if it becomes necessary. Alright, we'll just leave it like that. Delete these two over here. And so we have Krampus's furry legs starting to take shape. Put the parts of the chair back to see how it's looking, how it's coming along. Move these off to the side. There's a small chance we might need them again, so I'm just going to put them way off to the side. get them out of the way. So many snap points. Okay. Looking alright so far. There. Sitting on his throne. And so this is like, you know, just playing with ideas, like this little wingback kind of design. Super furry legs happening. Alright, and just like on the other side, going to make that fur to obfuscate the pattern on the legs. So it looks like a more like a furry Krampus leg than it does a bottle brush. Okay, why did it... Alright, let's copy that. So spinning it around kind of breaks up that pattern even more. Getting it at the right height is important, because like you can see it come closer to you right here. Move it over slightly and it sinks down in there. And that's kind of what you want. You just keep rotating it as it goes on down. There. And so it breaks it up quite a bit. It's not perfect. Like it did a little bit better job up top than it did on the sides. But I think we can just add another layer. And that should help out. And again, you can see it up like that. Move it over slightly until it sinks down in there. You can even make it a little larger. Yeah, that's already better. Certain angles like that, you can see the pattern emerge. It's not too terribly bad though, I don't think. And if you have any questions about anything that I'm doing, feel free to ask, and I will answer to the best of my ability. So that's already looking better in that area right there. Like the under area is structured, and you can see that if you look closely. But the rest of it is more natural in appearance. And if you're just joining us, I am working on a giant, well, not giant, but rather large Krampus statue. Krampus on a throne. And if you like what you see, you know, think about hitting that like button. It helps the algorithm. And if you want to see more base building, Corvette building, virtual photography tips and stuff like that in No Man's Sky, you know, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get up to 300 subscribers by the end of the new year. See how that goes. Hopefully by Winterfest end, which is at the end of January. I do vanilla building, glitch building. I've done some mild Blender editing, but not Blender building. And there's a lot that you can do with free placement that I think a lot of players don't realize. You can do some pretty intricate things, as evidenced by Nerosi. She does some amazing free placement build work that is absolutely stunning. And if you want to take a look at her stuff, all you need to do is, I think her base is still one of the featured bases when you go to the anomaly. So just check out Nerosi. Incredible No Man's Sky base builder. There we go, that's starting to come together rather nicely, I think. Hey, Biscuit Bandit, what's up? Just 1 second while I get something to drink. Drinking on a cold mocha latte. So good. It's like hot dark chocolate with coffee. So good. Highly recommend. And to describe what I'm doing right here is I'm just putting in layers of this grass to cover up the patterns of the shrub that I've used for the basis of the legs. And so it gives a more natural fur look. There we go, that's a little better. Add a little bit to the inside here. Yeah. There we go. That's looking better already. So you add some more here. There. It's interesting because this doesn't normally sink in so many layers deep. It usually just stacks on top of itself over and over again. It's interesting that it's choosing to sink down in there now. I'm wondering if it's because I'm attacking the side of the shrub instead of like the top of the shrub. Wonder if that's what's doing it. See, like this right here, that was sticking way out too far. All's good, brother, thanks. Hope you got some biscuits to go with that hot chocolate. I don't have any ready-made. I do occasionally make scratch biscuits. So there's that. Okay, so we're going to start building up the belly and the torso a bit. See if I can get that to sink in a little bit more. Not sticking out too far. This is going to be interesting to build the torso. Getting these to fit into each other just right gets a little tricky. Start playing with angles and trying to get it balanced on both sides. Like I said previously, like the part that's going to be really hard is the hands and arms. But this torso is not going to be any easy feat either. The way perspective works in this game, it's kind of hard to get things just to sit right at the same height. Sort of a lumpy midsection, which I can relate to. Me too, Krampus. Me too. I want some chocolate digestives to go with that. Trust me, I'm a biscuit professional. I mean, it is right in your name. I would have to trust that you are a biscuit professional at this point. So close. It's looking a little lopsided. It is a little dark on this planet right now, so that's not helping exactly. That's a little better. Gotta risk it for a biscuit. Ah yes, it is important to clarify UK biscuits versus States biscuits. It is important. I have made scratch of both. Okay, that's a little better. A little more even. Gotta get them chocolate digestives for chilling out on M&M's. Oh yeah. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Okay, I feel like this is like hand placing the torso is a bit more monotonous than dealing with the legs. The legs were fairly cut and dry. Glitch a bunch of stuff to light cubes. Call it a day. There we go. It's a little trickier. How's that looking? Oh, it's not looking too bad. Like his furry back's fitting through the back end of the throne. Not too bad. I think whatever floats your boat, Scott. Oh yeah. Sourdough American biscuits. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I have to do gluten-free biscuits myself. Can't do the gluten anymore. Okay. It's not too terribly bad. So you need to come up forward a little bit. That's honestly not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was dreading doing this torso. But I think filling it in with all the grass, I think it's actually going to work alright. Let's sit with that for a minute before I dink with trying to do the arms. Okay, we're getting some sunlight finally. Like some furry feet. Okay, not too bad. It is nice to get back to base building. Like I was captured by the Corvette bug pretty hard. Did 21 Corvettes. And it was quite the switch back to terrestrial building. That's sticking out a little too far, I think. need to shrink that down a little bit. That's right. It's not always easy to see what direction these are pointing. Not too bad for furry feet. Although that looks a bit spikier than I was anticipating. Let's pop those off. Oh, I should experiment with some like toe claws. Oops, did I just accidentally hit? Yes, I accidentally deleted the... Ah, there we go. Hey, that actually fit better in there than it did before. Let me see if I can repeat the same with this one. Not too bad, but the foot is pointed a weird direction. Try that again. Feet are twisted, dude. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I'm gonna try some toe claws now. Let's see if the fingery deposit is going to work. Shrink it down. Oh, I think this might work pretty well. Although, I don't think that's quite right. I think he needs hooves and not feet. Now the trick is there any piece that I could use like a hoof? Yeah, Biscuit Bandit, if you want to come and check this out. I'll throw the glyphs up there again. There we go, right there. Let me get them to a little bit better spot where it's easy to see them. There we go. Anybody wants to join up? It is in a purple system, so you're going to need to have completed those tasks, those quests, in order to have access to purple systems. Oh, right on. Yeah, just, yeah, join up. I forgot. Hop on in. Okay. Alright, so I need to figure out, let me take a look through and see what could pass off as hooves. And it becomes a matter of what looks similar enough to that to put it together with other things to turn into a hoof. It can be tricky to do that, but it's so worthwhile when you pull it off. Like, this isn't quite what we'd need, but sometimes it's still good to just do it and see what happens. Like if I could bury that down there, does that look enough like a hoof? Not terrible, actually. Huh. Might want to modify that a little bit so it looks more like a hoof. Like, bring these back here. Go ahead and take off that first. Shrub. What color do we have here? Not terrible, actually. Hey, Double Tap, welcome in. Good to see you around. Thanks for joining us today. It's not actually too bad for a hoof-like thing. And I think taking this bottom one off, taking some of these off, make it look a little bit more hoof-like. Okay, that one's almost touching. What does this one look like? Almost touching. We're at the same level then. Let's knock one more off. Create that little heel gap. Oh. Alright. Delete a bunch of this grass out of the way. Move this. Okay, I was going to move that, but not first. First move this. So then we're going to grab this. Rotate it like this. No, that needs to be lower. Try that. Delete those. Okay. And then tuck these back in there. Okay, bring that forward a little bit. Not too shabby. Could use a little bit of adjustment. How's that looking? A little bit better. Bring this one a little bit back out. If it'll cooperate. Okay, I think that'll do it. Oh wow, that's not bad. That's not bad for a hoof. Like right off the bat, just finding something that quick. And the way that lights up, it still looks like claws, but it's also a hoof-like structure. That might be how it goes unless I find something better. But I like that a lot better. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of happy with that right now. So I'm curious, how do people feel about like base building or Corvette building? Like, do you still are Corvettes kind of passé now? Have they worn out their welcome? Like, how do you feel? I'm curious. Put this wing over here on the other side. Oh, I'm stuck in it. I keep hearing water sploosh whenever I hit the jetpack. More Corvettes. Okay. Alright. I haven't built on one I really like yet, so I figure we'll keep trying. Okay. You prefer base building though. Alright, that's fair. Hey, there's Atlas there. Okay. I do like how it's coming along. Like, this is better than I had hoped. Like, that's gonna look nice up against that backdrop. And his giant throne. Okay. Let's do this. Kind of weird that they make it so you have to go through a lot more hoops just to place one ramp piece. Just playing with different ideas for how the chair might look. I feel like I'm enjoying building my own Corvette. It's so superior compared to the Autobots. Sure, yeah. You are a Corvette building lover, and you've built some amazing ones. Absolutely. I don't know if I like that. I think I'll have to finish the statue before I figure out what the throne is gonna end up looking like. Okay. Just trying to decide where to go next with this. I'm gonna build some kind of like armrest up here. Because I'm gonna build some kind of like large staff or cane or something. For Krampus to have. So like one arm is going to come down here and go across the top of the armrest with the large cane or staff going up over here. And I'm trying to decide if the other arm will just be like also laying down like that, or some other position. God, I love these salvage pieces with the purple neon on them. Just want to frame this out real quick. Just want to see what that is going to look like. Oh, I think once he's finished, I think this is going to be a fun. This is going to be fun, I think. The other difficult part, of course, is going to be the face. The mouth. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the mouth. If I had thought about the mouth, I might not be building this right now. Okay, I'm going to have to give that a lot of thought. The eyes, I think, will be fairly easy. God, I'm liking this. I was dreading starting it, but as it's gone on, I am liking how it's going. the whole thing to be blocked. What can I do? What can I do? See what I can do with a half arch. You... Oh, you're trying... Okay. Take that out of the way. Just grab this. But purple. Alright, that's not fitting where I want it to be, so... Let's try that. Try this again. Oh, it just, okay, it looked orange. It's like, I thought I changed the color of it. There we go. I like that armrest better. Gives a more character to it than what it looked like a minute ago. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Right, now that's coming along. That's better. That's much better. Okay. I am on Frosty Nugs. That's the planet that I'm on. Yeah, you should be able to see my on-foot marker. They've got a decent footfall on snow sound. Hadn't noticed that before. It's kind of hard to hear right now because of the ships passing over. There it is. Not too bad. Every time I hit the jetpack though, the water sets off because I'm that close to the water, I guess. Sploosh. Okay, here we go. So I think we're gonna do the arms the same way as the legs, maybe. I don't know, might need to think about this for a minute. Because I don't want it to be like the legs hanging down like this straight down is fine, but I think I want more variation to the arm. Like I don't want it to just go straight down and then straight across. I think I want it to come down at a slight angle with the elbow about right here, and then the forearm goes this way. I think that's what I want. Hey, Delta Creator, welcome in. Oh, thanks for stopping by and saying hello. I appreciate that. Good to see you out and about. Just checking something real quick. I think my brain might need a little bit of a break from building this. I'm getting to that point where I'm like overthinking and rethinking and quadruple thinking. So let's see, I could make Corvettes, or I could just have everyone bring in some Corvettes and we take a look at them. I don't think there's enough base building going on just yet. There were a couple of other bases, but they're not showing up right now. Just one up there, Snowdrop Hat, with a work in progress. I don't want to go see theirs until it's like almost complete, because it's going to be wild. It's always amazing. So, would you rather see Corvettes or watch me dink around and build one? I tried building another Delta Flyer a little better than this one, but it ended up just being a mess, and it was very disappointing. So that one needs to be deleted. But hey, check out these snoozles. Check them out. Oh, hey, didn't mean to scare you off. Here, have some food. There you go. Come back. Come back. There you go. No need to run away. You guys can come over here too. Snoozles. Alright. I'll go and swing on up to the space station. And oh, but first we're gonna make a little pit stop here on this planet over to this comm ball. And someone came down, I forget what their name was, but it's on the comm ball. But they found and marked the Crash Sentinel fighter on this planet. And honestly, it's pretty cool. Not my usual color scheme, but the lines are so nice. So we're gonna stop here first. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is a B. I can't remember. This one is... No, I think this one, right, this specific one is a C. It would be fun to see if an A or S class could be found. Yep, this one's a C. Check that out. Look at those lines. Blue and yellow, not the normal colors that I would like, but I dig this one. It's all because of the style. Don't really care for yellow ships all that much. A gold ship though, like a gold Corvette, that's something different. But yellow is not normally my thing. This is so nice though. Yellow, black, and blue. And the top-down view is super cool. It's got seven little thrusters. It's very cool. I dig it. Okay, so now we're gonna hop up to the space station. Oh, let me show you. I keep getting distracted on what we can do. The caves here are very cool. There's a couple of little cave creatures. And then check out these little saucer shrooms. Saucer fungus. And some of these caves are just absolutely massive and go on for a really long time. Yeah. So if you like cave builds, this is a great planet for it. Let's take a look at this one over here real quick. Oh, this one's got water right there. Look at that. And they just pop out in unexpected places. connect to other caves. Very cool if you love to build in caves. Let's take the Delta Flyer up to the space station. Oh, there's Scott. Hey, Scott. Also at the space station. Very cool space station, I might add. This one is extra bright because holy shit, that's huge. So it's a lot brighter here because I'm running the mod. Oh, it's making the splash sound even up here. That's funny as hell. Excuse me. Excuse me? So yeah, I'm running a mod that brightens up the space station to make it easier to build. Holy shit, dude. Alright, this is here, so we're going to take a look at it real quick. Oh, did you, like... Oh, this is... Okay, I see what you did here. Was this a blender build biscuit? Missing a panel. Guess it just hasn't loaded in yet. Oh, this is cool. This is very cool. Oh, and you've got that. Okay. I see what you did there. Oh, it's from the No Man's app. Okay. That is crazy. Definitely a blender build. Wow, that's a nice looking ship. Is huge. There we go. Whoa. What? Oh, nice. That's what she said. Yes, Krusty. Surprised you didn't quote me on that one. Paragon Biscuit sinks to the Biscuit Bandit sinks to their knees. Oh yeah, I like that. Love that roof part right there. So very cool. Very versatile. Okay. Going to different places. Whoa, like these little hangar rooms, storage containers. So did you decorate the inside yourself? Or did all of this come with it? Oh, I like this with the little partially open doors. Okay, I see those parts. Nice weapon terminal. What do we have there? So I've got a question for you. Does this multi-tool change depending on the system that you're in? That's what I want to know. No, it all came with the build. I've got to kit it out now. I gotcha. The cabinets using the wall panel and the small walls. Very nice. Wait, is that a small wall? That's something else. That's some other part. I'm not sure what part that is. But it's cool. It looks great. Appearance modifier. Barracks. Oh, cool. Oh, that's super nice. TV. Sound system. Oops. Keep hitting the wrong button. Workstations. Right on. I just can't pass by these without grabbing them. Oh, I dig it. I like that. Whoa, a galley. Nice. That's done pretty well. Okay, that's real clean. I like that. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I would have buried a nutrient processor right here, and they did. They did. I dig it. Oh, and I like that as a cutting board. I normally shrink down one of these wall panels as a cutting board, but I like that just shrunken down as well. A little ladder on top of the aquarium. Yeah, whoever built this, they did a great job. Nicely done. I can't stand to put these chairs anywhere. It drives me batty that we can't sit in them. Maybe not tested it yet. There you go, Krusty. It's a very clever build, got everything you need in it files. Well, I'll tell you who built it. Oh, right on. Cool. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, you put the sign over it? Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. I love this. Looks like a giant alligator. That is dope. Okay. Sylveon Necro built it. Okay. Oh, that's weird, Krusty. I don't know why it didn't work. Let me go check something. Wonder if the cloud bot got turned off. I'm about sick of Streamlabs, and I want to try to find something to replace it because I'm just getting tired of their bullshit. No, CloudBot is active. There we go. Turned it off, turned it back on. See if that works. Am I out of practice? Maybe. Maybe so. Okay, you removed the ship. Oh, and you've got... Okay, you had a little tiny thing out there. Alright. Let me go ahead and start... Well, I'll start building where I've got... Oh wow, there's another one. Ah, yes. Very cool. An Enterprise. So if you had Voyager, then we have the Delta Flyer, we have Voyager, and that would be a great picture. Alright, this is one I was working on. This was for community late night, and there was a challenge to build a ship that could scoop people up. Willingly, of course. Everyone had to be willing participants in that. And I've kind of dinked with it here and there, kind of refining some of the ideas. And I like it. It's turned out to be pretty cool. But I'm not quite done with it, I think. And I think I want to remove the net and build a more solid sort of A-frame structure that connects everything together. But yeah, that's what I've gotten so far on it. I built one of the platform things for community late night, one of the city blocks. Then I needed the space. I needed to build a different one on the same save file. So I scrapped it, and I just have not built another one since then. Oh, thanks, Biscuit. I use OBS to stream. It's pretty good. Yeah, like I've only used Streamlabs, but I think I'll dig into OBS and see if it will do the things that I want. Because I like things like the cloud bot and redeems and stuff like that. If I can find a service that will do all of that but isn't a giant pain in my ass, then I want to give it a shot. So yeah, haven't put everything in here yet. I did start over here on these. I put the big carpets in here. But yeah, let's see what else. What else do I have over here? Not a lot else that I haven't already shown like a million times. I'm going to tear this one apart. This was me attempting another attempt at the Delta Flyer, but it just turned into a hunk of junk. We just don't have the right parts to turn it into. It's just too choppy with all of the wings. Like it would be, like I could take this into Blender and make this wing part a whole lot larger to cover the whole thing. That would be better. But as it stands, it's just not gonna do it. So let me tear that apart. Just gonna delete everything. Like I liked the shape of it kinda, but it just wasn't, the overall shape was fine, but the rest of it, the design looked terrible. Okay, I need to drive home. Catch everyone later. Alright, Krusty. Have a good one. Yo, what up, dude? Who is the Biscuit Bandit? Why you want to know? Why you gotta ask so many questions? I'm just kidding, man. Alright. We'll go Thunderbird class walkway. I know who Frito Bandito is. Alright. So I'm just kind of throwing down some ideas based loosely off of some crisscross thoughts and ideas. Extrapolations, if you will. And so there's this thing that crisscross does where I need to, oops. Need to finish up the design so all of what I'm working on will actually work. bring these back a little bit. Add the rest of the parts on. Nope. So I got used to making terrestrial builds again, and now I'm using the wrong buttons to do the things that I need to do. Okay, we need landing thrusters. Just gonna slap those on there. Reactor and a weapon system. Just gonna drop that up here. Apply those edits. Hey, what's up, dead parrot? This Corvette died for your sins. Back it up. Oh, Scott's heading out. Time to go wrap some Christmas stuff. Have a good stream, Dash. Bye, all. Have a great one, Scott. We'll catch you next time. It's not dead, he's just sleeping. He's pining for the fjords. Okay. Actually... Alright, so we're going to do this thing. Huh. Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, I need to adjust something real quick. To take it back again. It is far too forward. I do declare you are too far forward. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that didn't work. You kidding me? Fine. I know it looks bizarre, and I vaguely know what I'm doing. Not really. So we're just gonna kind of play around with this and see see what we can figure out. We're gonna start off by grabbing the large molded crate. Wait, is that what I want? Molded crate. That's what we want. I'll rotate this around. There we go. And then we're just going to do this more times across the front here. And like I was saying before, this is kind of a modified version of some of the stuff that Crisscross does. And if you want to check out Crisscross, he's got some killer tutorials on making Corvettes, so go and check that out. Just resting and pining for the fjords. Because I can't unsee the cross shape, it brought up a question from another game we played. What did you do with the crucifixion guy in Cyberpunk? Oh, what did I do with that guy? I'd have to think back and remember. Because, like, I kind of know what you're talking about, but I can't remember specifics right now. Okay, this is kind of a... Getting this lined up right is kind of a pain. That's pretty close. And so basically what I'm doing here, in case you're wondering what the hell I'm doing here, so I'm creating these little pockets where I will hop into them and free place windows. And then that will set up a way to do some glitch building. Although I argue that it's not really glitch building per se. You're free placing windows and then attaching habs to them. Like, it's definitely advanced building, but I wouldn't call it glitch building. Now, flipping the habs in different directions, I would call that glitch building. But, you know, there's been a big stink as to what constitutes glitch building when it comes to Corvettes. And there's a lot of opinions out there. And to each their own, I would say. Alright, so what do I have here? How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 off to the side of the middle one. So I need 11 on this other side. Okay, and so yeah, I'll just pop these out as soon as I can. It's a little monotonous, but bear with me, please. Trying to get these is tedious. There we go. But the results are often a lot of fun. Do you use the windows like I use the modules such as living wall to free place habs on them at a desired location or direction? Yeah, basically, you just drop a window down, go back into the workshop, and then you connect a hab to the window, and you can then rotate it in any of the 4 directions from the angle of the window that you placed. So you can end up with some really wild designs. Okay. Oh, that was weird. Just hopped out of place right there. That's cool. Will your habs be, you know, habitable? No. So, what is going to happen is that they will not be habitable, and we're going to use the sides or the ends of the habs to attach the other, like, decorative wing type parts and whatnot. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, got 2 more to go. Probably won't even use it. Let me see what we can do with 9. So... So you get inside the box. Oh damn, I forgot to shrink the box down. Okay, so the first one's going to be a little interesting. I'm going to have to sort of figure it out. Okay, let's just do this. Alright, so we're going to go into our menu, go over to here, and I will grab a paneled window, but we're going to want to toggle free placement, and so you get that little white dot right there. And I'm hoping that this is going to line up all right. So I'm just going to line it up like so. It just keeps popping out of where I'm trying to have it. Get a little stick drift on my controller. Alright, so then I will count off, and I like to do this. I like to grab a decal, and so that's where I started. And then let's go every third one. See what that looks like. so this third one, and I'll push myself all the way into the corner so you can kind of go back and forth. So I'll push myself all the way into the corner, come over here, and then put this little dot, also called a reticle, which you will hear Crisscross say lots of times. Got stick drift, so I gotta keep putting it in the right place. Oh, dang it. Gotta go back to the window. Derp. And the more precise that you place this each time, the better off you're going to be from a symmetrical standpoint. And then we'll come back over here. Back into the corner. And we'll drop this as close to exactly the other spot. And so what you're doing is you're adding a free-placed window at regular intervals away from the center, and they are going to slightly arch up, as you can see. Form over function. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so got 1, 2, 3. Center 1, 2, and then we'll go for this one. Again, wedge yourself into the corner. Come over here. Just like that. And then I'm going to do one more of these and see what that looks like. And it's been a while since I've done this, so it's a little bit slower. It's taking me a little extra time. And of course, the farther away it gets, the harder it is to get it exactly pinpointed. But we do our best. And so you get this sort of thing going on right there. And that's going to make it probably difficult to do the other one as it comes around. But that's okay. We're just going to see how it progresses and make any adjustments that we have to along the way. Okay, there's the center. Just want to make sure. 3, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, and then we will once again hop over, grab the paneled window. Like when I do this, I get really close to my screen, to my monitor. Glasses on. Okay. Center 1, 2. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to have to delete that one So I can get in here. And I find it better to go back to the paneled window each time that you do this, because sometimes it can end up getting twisted and not come out right. Alright, so... Okay, don't do this to me. Sometimes it will decide it does not want to be in the place that you had it before. And not sit at the exact same spot on the panel. That is unfortunate. And that may make me need to redo a couple of those on that side. Alright. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, how many do we have here? Alright, something doesn't look right. No, I think... Okay, that's not... Let's try this. Hopefully it's gonna work out. No, damn it. Okay. Alright. I have to rethink this for a second. See if I can make this work by flipping that upside down and then putting one on top of it. This could have some not so great ramifications going forward, but it's worth a try. Thank you for all being very patient through this tedious process. I'm a bit out of practice. Alright, now that's not wanting to place where it should be placing. So I'm gonna have to put it there. That at least got it into position. And now I just need to do the same thing over here. to correct this one to make it as close as possible to the other one. So flip this over. And it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to get it as close as we can and see. You know, oftentimes when it doesn't quite work out, you're not going to be able to tell the difference unless you get really up close. And at that point, you're missing the bigger picture of what was built. But we try to get it as close as possible anyway. All right. Paneled window. Bring it over here. All right. So this is what we've got so far. And that's a pretty decent overlap right there. That's pretty solid. Okay, and that is right there. And that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. You just kind of line them up. Kind of look at how the lines come together. Okay, that one is a bit off. And by a bit off, I mean a lot off. All right. So hard to know which one is the most off. And which one is the actual problem causing it to be off. That's the other hard thing. You know, I think we're just going to go with it because I don't know that it's enough off to cause a problem down the line. And if it does, then we start over. Okay, so I think we're just going to go as is. And if nothing else, you'll have an idea of what can be done. Okay. Clean up the decals and everything. Where's the ship's center of gravity? Well, we've just got kind of a rough outline of a ship so far, so there's not exactly a center of gravity established yet. This is all just throwing parts around to see what we can try to figure out. And I don't have any real plan with it. I'm just throwing parts around. Just trying to have it happen semi-organically is basically what we're going for. And welcome in, M Driver, 1981. Okay. So... Oh yeah, I don't have access to that. That's alright, we're just gonna do this. Okay. Going to just move that up one and apply that edit so it kind of saves the progress up to that point. It was probably fine, but I just like to do it just to make sure. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all this. And so we're going to gotta decide if I want this sort of that way or if I want it that way. But choose wisely, because you'll literally just get one chance to do this, and then if you put it in the wrong place, you'll have to start over. Another tricky thing is, what direction are these habs facing? And there is a way to tell. It's not real easy. You have to be able to see inside. And the little things that hang over the door are different on either end. Although it seems harder than ever to tell. I think they kind of dinked with it. There used to be a really easy way to tell, but it's no longer showing up on the outside of the hab. There was this little rectangle that you could see on the end, and it was a different size on one end versus the other. But now it's not as easy to tell, and that sucks. That sucks so bad. Alright. Trying to see if there's any other way I can figure it out. If it comes right down to it, I can glitch the hab in the different direction to make it work. Okay, there's a difference. There's that little rectangle right there. When you flip that around, it's gone. Okay. There's the rectangle. Right there where my little reticle cursor is. Then it's gone. Let's take a guess. Let's call that the side that I want. So now I've got to flip over here since only this end is exposed. Alright, I think I did that right. I have no idea. Okay, and we'll just do the same thing over here. Just gotta get it, there we go. Go. And then this one you can, like the one that's flat up against, you can just put that in any direction that you want. And I think I'm just going to go at that 90-degree angle from the regular hab. And then I can double that up using the glitch technique by stacking that up right there and then dropping a stairwell in there. And so let's hop out, apply those edits. And come over here. Going to grab what are we going to grab? Oh yeah, the stairwell. So I've got it right inside that bottom of the two stacked ones right there. While we're here, we'll go ahead and delete those windows. See if we can reach this window in here. There we go. Alright. Delete the rest of those. And then we'll come over here. Take that out, rotate it around like that. Copy that, put it up there. I can't reach inside to take that out. So let's do this. Okay, that did not actually spin around correctly. Let's see if that worked. There we go. So see, that hab is now doubled up in those two different directions. So there's two sitting here right now, and whatever you go adjacent to that will also glitch into the, you can also, like, you can just keep on putting two more out here, and each time it just keeps on adding to that. So then you can come in and delete this and that, and so you can see this sort of shape taking us forward. Delete that. Wonder if we can reach inside and grab the stairwell. It might not even be in there. There it is, I can see it. come on, come on, come on. Okay, maybe not. Yep, got it out. Okay. So you can see the way these are flashing like that. That means there's two in that same spot. Alright, so we're going to take these over here, move them that way. Oops. Keep going over there, just to get these all out of the way. So there, we've got that part. So now we're just going to start playing around with these. And so we'll go to, first off, let's change the color. Oh, I accidentally deleted that. That's okay. I still got the one on the other side. Let's go with, for now, let's just go with something neutral. Metallic, apply to entire Corvette. So since I accidentally screwed up, oh, did I screw it up again? I did screw it up. There we go. And you'll find that it'll get screwed up sometimes, and it's kind of a lengthy process. In the end, you can come up with some really fantastical and very creative design ideas. And so for me, it's well worth going through these extreme measures. Let's just move you out of the way for now, so you can end up doing stuff like that. And actually, I'm gonna bring this out. Just to free up room to play around with the design a bit. Okay. So then we have the decisions of what to play around with. Just as like a quick example of some of the things that you can do just for exaggeration sake. You can do stuff like this. And you can see it trying to grip onto all the different directions. And you just play with it until, you know, you come up with a design that you like. And so, remember earlier I said, like, it's not going to be perfect. This is the example of that. So in order to hide stuff like that when it's not coming together quite right, You just use different kinds of parts and keep the points away from each other so it's not obvious. Or you just start getting better at placing things in such a way that it achieves what you're looking for in a much more even fashion. It takes some practice lining everything up just right. I kind of rushed it a little bit for sake of time because it can get a little tedious. I normally like to do some of the tedious work in advance of the stream. Just to make it easier to, so you can see this, like this kind of idea right here. This is a little bit harder to tell that one of the pieces is just a little off. And then you can come back in with, say, the air-on pillar. And you can add that down there. You can add one on the top. And there's really no limit to what you can do with all of these parts. You can, like, if you were here a little bit ago to see all of the crates that I had lined up, you can put those in different configurations. You can step in every other one instead of every third one, or you can do fourth one and just take them up to different elevations. There's so many things you can do with them. And like I said before, check out Crisscross for a bunch of tutorials on how to do some of those setups. He's got a lot of very specific sort of, what did he call those? Templates, yeah. So he did templates for coming up with some of these designs. And then, so yeah, once you have like whatever outside design that you like, then you can get rid of those. You can also bring them out farther to add more other parts too, like let's grab a turbine airfoil. You can do stuff like that. But so when you've got like a flaw in the angles in the parts in the center area, the farther you go away, the larger the flaw gets. So keeping it tight in there, no matter what you've done, kind of keeps the flaw to a minimum. But you can also achieve some really fantastical designs doing this. So, I'm going to delete these out. Although that wasn't a half bad design. It was showing some potential. Let's see what else we can do. Okay. We can do stuff like Arcadia Wing. It just takes a little bit of finagling to get this to work right. And sometimes you will have discovered that maybe your hab is in the wrong direction, like is happening right here that I'm just discovering. It should not have done that, but it looks like I did not flip the habs around correctly on this other side, because the Arcadia wing will only go in one direction. Let's see. So yeah, then you can do something like that. And then let's hop over to, what have we got here? The Arcadia blade. Just want to see what that might do. And you just experiment. Okay, that's not right. There we go. So you can come up with some unique front end shapes, and you're not beholden to just the vanilla way of doing things. And again, you can extend this out. Let's see what... Let's check out the Arcadia stabilizer. So you can do stuff like that. Get rid of that, but I want to see what... Actually... Here we go. Let's see what this Ambassador Heavy Booster will look like. This is running into the same problem that the other... This hab right here is not, or this hab here is not posted in the correct direction. So, oh, no cockpit. All right, let's grab the cockpit real quick, slap that on there. Look at that fine ship. Apply the edits. And we'll come over here. And we're going to drop in the, not the paneled window. Derp. Internal stairway. Okay, I think that's... Yeah, I think that's in the right spot. Head back over. Take that out. Rotate it around. Okay, it did not actually rotate. There we go. So we can get rid of that and get rid of that. Just gonna leave in the other one because it's not always easy to get just the right one in there, so I'm gonna leave both of them. Alright, now we can flip this around like I originally wanted to do. There we go. So then you've got this kind of front end right here. Another thing you can do is, like, when you have these parts all glitched, you can just stack up all your reactors in one spot. You could have a whole bunch of reactors that just keep on adding little boosts to your stats. And it's also a way to hide a bunch of these in one spot, so you're not trying to struggle to find places for all the ones that you want to add to your Corvette. So, what else can we do with this? One of the things we can drop this here, and then, okay, you can see that this is like about a half hab above this top right here. But I want to bring this one down. Hold on just 1 second. Ah, dry throat. Had to get a drink. Okay, so I want to bring this down about a half a hab distance so that it's resting right on the top of these. So we're going to hop over here, go over to the ducting outlet. Put it over into the colors that we have. We're going to put that ducting outlet right on the front of this hab. And then we're going to lift it up, and we're going to take it this direction. So what this does is it takes it a half step forward and a half step down. You can also bring it off to the side. You can bring it up. You can just bring it straight forward a whole step. And there's just a number of ways that you can do that, and several parts allow you to do that. We want to come up, so we want it to, just like I said, sit right on top of this deck right here. But in order to get these to line up with the regular halves, we're going to want to put this back. So let's delete that right here. And we're going to come up and grab the rock hopper, and we're going to slap it on the side. But this side it will only go exactly where you put it on the side of the hat. If you go to the other side, flip it around, you see you can move it a half step in every direction along the side of that hat. So let's come around here. So you can see it goes a half that way, and if you get it to do it right, a half that way. So you just do that, and then you pull that way, and then this other hab right here, delete that, and then we can sort out these distances later. But what we want to do with this is come forward. So we'll get a Thunderbird class hab, a large one, and we'll come up forward. Maybe not. Let's just do another like that. Then we're going to grab the cockpit. So you have this cockpit just coming over the edge. And then you can lay down other parts that will fill in these gaps. And just because you have all of these little habs in this arc doesn't mean you have to use them all. You can just use one if it comes right down to it, if that's what fits what you're trying to work on. And so I'm going to come over here, grab the turbine airfoil, and you can do stuff like this. And you can put other parts in there that will fill in that little gap. You can grab a hab and sort of do stuff like this. And you know, all of these extra angles just allow for better placement, or different placement really, of all of these parts, so you can make these sort of blend in together better or differently. And I don't know if I like that exactly. It's okay, but not quite what I was going for. What else do we have? This. Again, like I said before, the difficult part can often be getting them to snap into the right place that you want them, because they don't always cooperate. There we go. It's just about experimenting. Take that back, put something else up front. Could also do like can elevate this right here and that right there. And you're not elevating it to just leave that there, because that's going to block your cockpit. But what you're doing is creating another surface for adding some of the outer decoration pieces. Hold off on that for a second. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is. Sometimes it takes a minute. Add that out that way. So then, let's see. What do we have? Let's see what this looks like. Do some wacky stuff like this. And it sort of obfuscates the cockpit, but you should still be able to get inside of it, and we can test that out by just adding one of these to the back end and then take the camera in. So you can still sit in the cockpit, you just have blind spots on either side. But if you're flying it in third person, it doesn't really matter. It's a way of giving a different vibe to some of the cockpits, just by tweaking parts. Okay. And then you can fill in some of these little spots too. And so you're not obstructing it as much as you were before. But you're filling in those little gaps. So you can see how it kind of, if you choose the right parts, they'll kind of fit together nicely. This isn't a great fit, but it's a better than some of the other fits in the game with those parts. So that should give you some ideas on some of the things that you can do with this. But just looking at the time, we are 3.5 hours into this stream, and I think it's about time to take a break. I need to go figure out some food. I am starving. But we can come back to this at a later date. Might do a super late night stream, or come back on next Tuesday with this. Not sure yet. Just stay tuned. If you want to find out when I go live, you can hit the subscribe and ring the bell so you get those notifications. And if you like what you saw and felt like it was some valuable information, hit that like button. Helps the algorithm. I am trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and appreciate all the help I can get. But yeah, so thank you all for coming out and spending some of your very precious and valuable time with me. I really do appreciate it. I do like having a group of people in to watch what I do. It's a lot of fun, and never be afraid to ask questions. I'm always down to ask any questions about the game, whether it's about building or virtual photography, what have you. I've been at this for nearly 8 years. I've got over 7K hours into the game, and if I don't know an answer, I know someone who has the answer. So yeah, thanks again for coming out. I appreciate it as always. And until next time, peace out, y'all.